you because most of the people are confirming that my screen and audio is clear. Without doing late, let's start today's demo. So basically, MLOps and AIOps. So this is our agenda today to discuss and to run some sample labs as well and understand the market and understand what does this MLOps means and AIOps means. Are these two same or different? If these two are same or different, how come these two different from the DevOps? So this is the understanding gap that present in the market right now. I've been seeing many of my students across many of my batches who are very interested to move towards the MLOps and AIOps. They are on the DevOps and few are on the development part. So they are developers and few are testers, few are data engineers, and few are data science engineers and data analytics engineers. Okay, so there are different people who are doing different types of jobs and domain. We'll discuss who are all eligible for to learn and move their career from what they are working to the MLOps and AIOps side. Before that, I would like to confirm you that and also tell you what does mean by MLOps and AIOps, why industry and all enterprise and organizations are adapting to these methods and this AI technology. So why they are moving towards these things and so there are two things. One is development part and operational part. When you take any product, so product will combine with the development part and operation part. Similarly, our MLOps and AIOps as well. So in the current market, everyone is adapting to the AI. From the last 2 years, it is 74 percentage COG percentage are all the industries are adapting to the AI, artificial intelligence, and making their automation very smarter. And they are also delivering their application within a very short time and doing the automation inside the application. What exactly this kind of talk, sir? I'm not getting this. Can you tell me in a very layman language? Yes, of course. Let's take an application, for example. So this is my application. So inside my application, I know that a developer did some code, right? And then after this code, it got packaged, generated, and containerized. And then it is deployed at somewhere, cloud or on premises somewhere, and it is running and it is being monitored. Okay. So who is doing this kind of work? A DevOps guy is doing this kind of work. Okay. So after code, a piece of code committed, making it containerized, automating through the CI/CD pipelines, deploying and monitoring this application. So this is DevOps, basically focus on delivering the piece of code into the productionized way. Similar way, in my application, so this is running in the, you can take Amazon, Flipkart, Mintra, any other Uber, Ola, like this, all the applications you can take an example. Inside this application, we are adding a feature. Okay. So we are, I'll answer all of your questions in the last of the session. So let me give you a clear understanding. This is very, very important. Will If you have anything, you can raise the hand in between with a technical question. Okay. So in this application, we are adding a feature which helping my application to generate a revenue for my business. So this is my feature. So what this particular feature? This particular feature is a ML feature where my ML workload, machine learning workload will work. Machine learning workload will work. Now let's understand what is machine learning and what is AI, right? So in my application, I'm using a machine learning workload to do a certain kind of work which really helping me to impress my customers and making my customers life easy while they are using my application. And with that said, my business revenue also getting good, like it is getting into the market very good. Okay, you can take Uber, you can take Amazon. Okay, so when you're logging into the Uber and you're trying to book a ride, so based on the driver location, it will varies the fare, the price of your ride, right? And it also detects the location and give you the allocate to the nearby rider to you. Like if you do an a Rapido or Ola or Uber, so this is something which is getting done with your machine learning workload, which estimations are happening and giving you the fare. So this a feature I'm using inside my application. So which is helping me at my business. Okay. And to work this machine learning model, what exactly we'll do? We do we train this ML model with some set of data, with one consolidated data. We have different types of data feeding to this ML model. Okay. So basically the outline understanding ML workload will going to help in my application to make my business good. And now it comes to the part of developing this ML workload and integrating into my application. So this is where your data engineering, data science, ML engineering, MLOps people are involving into it. Okay. So let's say for this ML workload, I need a data. So a historic data need to be there, a data from the on premises, a data from the various different sources. It can be API, your different sources, your database, okay, other internet feeds. You're bringing the data and collectively keeping it at one of your organization place, nothing but gathering and collecting the data. And then you're doing some kind of ETL process to make it at available, highly available at your organizations. Okay, and make the data available to use. You do feature engineering, you do feature engineering and EDA, and then you are feeding this to your model. So this is my model, a rough workflow I'm telling to make you understand. So here my model is there, for example. So in this to this model, I have to feed this data. So whatever after my feature engineering is done. So what does the feature engineering, sir, exactly? A simple example, I have a data, I have a data. So this is a normal data in Excel like this. Regarding our Uber itself only. So we can say here it is location, and car type, right? We have car type, and also you're doing payment on the UPI or credit card something, and your PIN code. So these are all the information. So this is a customer user information to this application. So this kind of information. So here in this data, these are all features. So these are all highly impacted features on your pricing fare, right? So location, car type, mini, big, right? And the PIN code and other factors, that other features will affect your changing your, even your mobile, you're using iPhone or Android, that will also going to detect, and it will change your price of your ride, right? The machine learning model is going to do. So how it is predicting and doing it, because the same kind of data, before it is working in the application, it got trained already. So this is how, where the data collection, and then we use a consolidated data after all EDA done, and we use, when we feed to a model to do training and testing. What exactly in the feature engineering we do? Sometimes when you are logging into any application, you will enter a misinformation, right? So before you logging into this class as well, your Zoom is asking a login. Similar way, you are entering their numbers, some phone number you might enter not valid number. You entered email, not a valid one. Sometimes next time when you're logging in, you are using the same duplicate ID. So these are all the kind of a trash data at my organization side, because for single user, misconfiguration is miss data is there. So which is not really helping me to make my model predictively give accurate predictions. So these are all the things that we eliminate in the feature engineering. So this is what we do, and then we will feed the data to my model with some algorithms. When I'm going to select this model, I'll select some algorithms, regression, okay? So kind of things, okay, linear. So these are all classifier. So these are all some of the algorithms I'll going to use in my model, and I develop. Who do this, sir? A data science engineer and ML engineer. So data engineering part is only moving data from the different sources and making it a fine grade process with the ETL, and then keeping it on your uh, like at your data warehouse and all. So ML engineer. So when they are the persons first, like discussing on the business thing, development, and how we deciding how this should be worked and all, and they will be developing this ML model, and we will be going to deploy. Are these two people are not enough in the in the organization to do ops? Then why a separate MLOps engineer is needed? Anyone know the answer? If you know, you can feel free to type in the chat box. So ops means operating the models. Now my data science engineer and my ML engineer is continuously working on the model development and model fine tuning and model like in a refined way they want to develop it always. So their time is completely going to occupy in the development area. So ML engineer in some startup companies, still ML engineers are doing operations, but because of some lagging of operation experiences. So they are not highly giving a productivity in the companies. Now, this current time is every organization is developing ML models for different use cases. Single ML model, one company is not developing only single ML model. If they develop only single ML model, for single ML model, why they need to hire a MLOps guy? So there are multiple models which really helping their organization, and they are developing continuously, and that should be monitored because this ML workload is running in the live production. We need to maintain it. And this is where the real time, real workload data, which is getting to my ML workload. So this is you are doing RAID today in the morning, right? So that is now it's a real time data. That real time data is actually feeding at your model, at your business, at your application. That should be maintained. Otherwise, your business may go down if you're not maintaining it. So who is going to maintain this part? Who is going to make this ML model highly available over the production? Is it the job of ML engineer? Is it a job of data science engineer? Not at all. So there is a guy that need to be take care of these things is MLOps. MLOps guy. It's similarly to the DevOps. MLOps is nothing but an extended version of your DevOps using the same principles, but instead of the code, we are using ML model here in this life cycle. Okay, so there is a workflow. We will see that workflow also. Similarly, how we have the develop, code, test, deploy. Similar way for MLOps also we have test, deploy, maintain, and train, and then do retriggering with the all the drift data detections. Okay, so this is the first understanding of ML and why an MLOps engineer is needed in the market. Many startup companies, medium companies, and big companies are hiring, and the market is full of gap with the MLOps engineers. If you go and search or the LinkedIn and the Naukri, you will see bunch of jobs on the MLOps who really need a little bit Python and little bit DevOps and cloud understanding. So where we do this ML model deployments on premises. Now on premises are not there. Cloud only own the option. We have SageMaker, Azure ML, Databricks, GCP Vertex AI. So these are all the platforms where we go and deploy our ML models and we are doing operations. Okay. So this is ML ops. Now let's understand AI ops. If you're all good, you don't have any doubts, then I'll move AI ops and I'll explain you AI importance and its involvement into applications and into also into current trend market. Any questions? For moving from one position to another to the MLOps or AIOps position and other things we will discuss in the last. But coming to this topic, if you have any questions, then let me know. Yes, we are also going to have lab. Don't exit from the class. I'll show the labs as well. So non-technical questions we'll discuss. But now let's move towards the AI. Now my application is running. Let's understand. My application is running in the production now, which is using ML model It can be a Uber, it can be any application. Oh, let me take, yeah. So this one is running in the production, and we know some terminologies. If you all heard, let me write down them. Okay, observability, DevOps, and SRE. So these are the terminologies you might already heard, and also data. So data is very important part in your AIOps and MLOps. You work closely with data science engineers, data engineering engineers. Most of the times you work very closely with them because to run your models, to run your AI, the only food is data. So data is nothing but a food. Okay. So you need that food to feed your model, to feed your AI. Okay. So in my production environment, so this is my environment, my application is running. My application there, and I also have infrastructure. Let me take infrastructure. Okay. So inside my application, ML models are running. Just give you one heads up. I'm going to the last topic again. So here, when my ML workload is running in my application, I will I will set a separate monitoring drift detection things on my ML workload. Okay. Let's say now this application is introducing into very remote area in the India where Uber application was not trained on the new PIN number, the new PIN code of a area, but the customer is trying to enter the new PIN code, the new PIN code number, the new location. So how come the Uber will predict a price for that ride? So this is model drift. So the data was not there with the model and it is not able to predict it. If it is able to predict, it will predict a false predictions, right? So these are the some problems with drift detections. Okay, so model has to be do on a drift detection way. So there are different types of drift detections: data, model, feature, flagging. Like this, we have different detections. When we found this kind of detections, and we will retrain my model on the updated data. So these things we are going to learn in our course very clearly, step by step, how real world things are going on, how the pipelines are running for these kind of things. Everything is through pipeline, guys. Everything is through pipeline only. We do every automation through the pipelines and GPU servers. Yes, you can develop a ML model, CPU also, GPU also, TPU also. So it depends on the requirement and the model efficiency that we wanted to use in the in the production or in the company. Okay, you can even develop the model in the CPU as well if it is a smaller one, GPU and as well as TPU. So these are the server types I'm telling. Okay, now let's come to the my this part. Application is running in my production environment or in the lower environment also. Ultimately in the cloud or in the on premises, anything is fine. My infrastructure also there. Okay, let's say my infrastructure also there, and already my project is having these engineers. What is DevOps? A person who is taking care about the new developments, application developments, ensuring deploying into the production and maintaining it. SRE, site reliability engineering. What this guy is doing, He's taking care about the production things, SLI, SLO, and meantime recovery, and all these things. It should not be down in the production. What is mean by observability? What's happening in your production level, infra level, application level, and the business level? What's happening? Identifying the things and bringing up the solutions for it. So that's what the observability means. Okay, when this everything is already there, or if it is not there, you want to automate the process at your environment. You want to automate this process at your environment. For that, instead of applying the human intelligence here, keeping a human intervention here, you are bringing in AI in between the process and making operations smart. That is AIOps. You are not using AI in the application. This is the difference. You are using ML in the application for your business. But here in this case, AIOps, AI is already there, or you are using, or you are developing the new one. You are using this AI to make your automation, monitoring things, and your production availability to make it smarter. You're using AI. You're not using AI inside the application. So can I call ChatGPT as an AI? Yes, you can call ChatGPT as AI. Those are generative AIs again. Okay, that's different. I'll tell you. So, but in the terms of AIOps, now if you see at the environment level, you are making the monitoring systems are smart, and IT operations and IT operations and IT workflows smart by using AI. So that is AIOps. Might you people are already heard about the incident management, problem management, right? IT operations. So all these are you are making it highly smarter by using AI. So there are different tools we have, open source tools we can also generate our own, means we can develop our own AI, and we can use it for our monitoring systems or making our IT operations well. So, sir, AI ops I really not got. I didn't understand. Can you make me a clear understanding in more? Sure. One real time example. My application is running here. Okay. There is, for example, a user. Okay. Let me take a user. There are multiple users who are using my application now. Using my application now with something called www www.abc.com, and all of a sudden something happened to my user and the application was down. So this is we call it as APM monitoring. We call it as application monitoring. APM, Datadog, Dynatrace, other tools, Prometheus, Grafana, all those tools you can integrate to do this APM monitoring, right? So when my customer is using my application, all of sudden something happened and these guys are not able to load a single page, nothing but that is a microservice. So we should not be on it, right? So the microservice should not be down and it should be up immediately. Otherwise we will lose the customers. So there are multiple payments need to be happen. Those payments will be not done. We not get the profit. We should not live like that. it has to come immediately to my team who is working for me is called on-call engineers. We call them as on-call engineers. Who is L1 engineers? Okay, immediately acknowledging this incident, and then if they are not able to do, they will forward to the the team who is responsible and able to solve it at least. Okay, so this is how it should be immediately happen in just 5 to 10 minutes or less than 15 minutes. It has to happen. If you think a UPI application, a UPI payment gateway is down for 30 minutes, then how many payments could be stopped in a day? Or a Flipkart is down for 30 minutes, how many payments can be stopped in a day? So it's a very big loss, right? Similar way, we should not take that chance. It has to be immediately raised in incident and forward to an on-call engineers, where on-call engineers has to be acknowledged, and they can fix it up immediately if it is something to do with the with application, and something to do with the infrastructure, or something to do with the code. So there are two types of things in the application. In the application support system will be separate, and this system will be separate. This is we need to understand. Application system or support team is separate means you're using a phone pay, you're doing some payment and it got stuck. That means phone pay is not down, UPay also not down. It is stuck because of some issues. That means it is an application and the gateway communication problem. What you do, you will raise a ticket, and that is going to your application support team, where they do some changes inside the application. They're really not dealing with the server or application code and all, right? They're just dealing like you as a user inside the application. So this is an application support. But when a particular service is down, you're not able to see the page, you're not unresponsive, 401, 403, 404, 501, 503, this kind of errors when you see, or any other response not happening with other microservices, then this is a big issue. That time this issue will go to the on-call engineers to solve. So this is one type of thing on the application. Another type of thing on the infrastructure as well. When number of users logging into my application, my infra is not able to handle the scalability. That is also one problem. My infra could be a vulnerable. My infra is not up to the standard mark. So there are some other monitorings on the infra level. So all these things can be done, these guys, and we have set up a monitoring dashboard as well with using Grafana, Prometheus, Grafana Loki, or different things. Okay, let's understand like that. This is a dashboard. Now, sir, still you're explaining about DevOps, but I didn't really understand AIOps. Now the AIOps part will come. Every monitoring setup is already done. I need to keep my AI in this process. I have to keep my AI in this process. How can I do it? This AI again two types. Okay, one is by using ML, you developed an AI because ML is the subset of the AI. It is subset of the AI. Okay. So to give you a clear understanding on this word of line, so this is my AI, and inside this is my ML. This is AI, artificial intelligence, and this is my ML. Okay, and inside this there will be a data science. ML model, ML machine learning model will always learn from the data. Learn from the data. So AI, we work on what ML model you developed. Okay, it's some similar something like thinking process, thinking what you have with the ML machine. Okay, so like this. Now you develop your AI with your ML model, whatever the data you have trained, and then you're going with the already developed AIs, which is using LLM plus AI. Okay, log language models, GPT, DeepSeek, DeepSeek, and your Anthropic Cloud and Grok. Other models we have log language models. Also, they are generative things. Okay, text generations on. So we have different AIs for that, and integrating with your LLM is you can invoke AI into your process. Are you all clear up to this point? Because we are going to implement some sample labs and whatever we're discussing. Are you all with me? Just give me thumbs up or something on the chat. Cool, cool, cool. Thank you. Okay. So here I'm going to use my AI. I can generate my AI, means develop my own AI, which works on the data. Which data it will be going to work on? So whatever the monitoring data we have. So we take a monitoring data. We have different metrics, right? CPU, memory, application, errors. So there are different data from your environment, organization, cloud environment, server environment, applications. So there's a lot of monitoring data. So with this data, you are training your model. You're training your ML model. Training your ML model. And then you are using that model or AI. You're using this model AI to work smart in your automation. Okay, what kind of works it can do in the uh, your AIOps things? Example, I have a Slack or a Teams. I have a Slack or a Teams, or you have any other dashboards, emails, and other things where when something happen in my production, something happen in my production. Let me decrease this. Just a minute. Yeah. So when something happen in my production, it immediately alert me over my Slack. Sir, alerting systems can be done with the tools, right? Opsgenie, PagerDuty. We have CloudWatch alerting routing rules and Prometheus alerting rules, Grafana alerting rules, Dynatrace alerting rules, Neuralink alerting rules. Then why we use AI for alerting? We are using the tools for alerting, but I am using an AI to with some conclusion. Whatever the alert coming and hitting at my channel, it will come up with the some explanation. Some explanation. What explanation it will come up with? The RCA, root cause analysis, logs, and what should we do to fix it. If if I am using this AI in between to do this log on my Slack, who is this on-call engineer only will be here. So he is sitting in the Slack itself. Okay. So this log come to him and he clearly understands that. Okay, so this particular microservice is down. So this particular Kubernetes uh, cluster. Okay. And then what he can do, so it is also giving fix where you previously solved this kind of repetitive task, and that can be available in your Confluence. Okay, Confluence data, right? And automatically it create a ticket by running a runbook in your Jira. See, there's no manual work at that engineer should create going to ServiceNow or going to somewhere and creating manual incident ticket, manual problem ticket. No, automatically that can run a runbook and it will create a ticket. So how this is going to create a ticket? This is a matter here. How this AI is going to understand that I need to create a ticket and then I have to give an alert and give it to my on-call engineer. Let's say my user is sitting here, right? So my user is sitting here and is simply come to the application help section, help section, and then it creates a ticket. He said that server not reachable, server not reachable. Now this is the keyword. Okay, so this is the keyword. Now by using this keyword it will understand that previously what has been done in the project if a server is not reachable, because every organization follows different things. So those kind of Confluence books pages it will bring, since it is using AI in between, it use its creativity, Gen AI, its creativity, and then it will give you in a human language understanding that what I need to do. For that we can give a prompting template. Okay, so which is going to give me in an understanding way that what should I address, what should not I address, and this is how much impact it is, a medium, high risk, the severity level. Accordingly it will create a ticket on and it will allocate to me. So before I am going to acknowledge, AI will acknowledge, then it will come to me. Okay, it is a medium, it's a very uh, less severity, it's not getting an impact, so the AI will acknowledge it. If it is a big impact ticket, automatically it will forward to the escalation matrix tickets to your on call, to the senior, to the manager, like this. It automatically escalate, AI will escalate it. So this is what AI, and it is not still in the development part. Whatever I'm explaining, it is this is going to be in the coming 2 to 3 years. For this development, now market is hiring AI ops guys who are very strong with DevOps, cloud, data engineering, developers. Everyone is eligible for MLOps and AIOps. Okay, a small demo. If you are all good with this theory concepts, then we can go with some lab implementation. Are you all ready? Cool. Fine. What I'll do, let me open my VS Code. First, let's go with the MLOps project. So this is my project, MLOps project. So where I have some files, you can find it after the that's in my GitHub. So I have CI/CD things which it will run from the GitHub Actions. Okay, if you're deploying over the clouds, then it has to be with the workflows and the servers. If you're doing it the SageMaker, if you're doing it the Azure ML, Azure pipelines, you can use. If you're using a Databricks side also, you can use GitHub Actions and other things you can integrate. And Google Vertex, yes, you can run the CI/CDs similar like your DevOps only for model data loading, data processing. So and then training, testing, evaluating, and deploying the model. So this is a process. Okay, for MLOps. So let me take that also. Sure, sure. Give me a moment. So this is a workflow for MLOps. So it was model analysis, data science experiments, and then we move it to the code into the source repositories like GitHub only. And then we use as CI/CD stages to build, test, and package, deploy the pipelines. Okay, so these models, and then we will do some experiments with ML flow, and then we will save the model, and then we will deploy the model. Okay. Uh, if you see this diagram, it might not make you clear, but when you have your data, you have a stages. Okay, for your ML model, load data from your feature store, loading the data from your feature store, and then processing the data processing, and then you're using training data and test data, means training and doing testing with the data to your model, doing an experiment with that. Okay, doing an experiment with the ML flow, Kubeflow and all. We have other many tools like weight and bias and other tools to do your evaluation and do evaluation with the experiment. Evaluation means whether my model is giving me actual predictions what I am asking. Okay. So for that we have some metrics. Okay. So these metrics has to be calculated, and then only we will promote the model to deploy into the production. Evaluation that need to be done after your experiment, saving the model, packaging, saving, okay, and then deploy the model. And then it comes to feedback and drift. Retrigger. Does the retrigger happens every day? No, there's a retention time, week, 1 month, 6 months. So like this, we will discuss on the model drifts and data drifts things. So this is a workflow. So these things can be done with your pipeline. So this part is separate, but this part is with your pipeline. Okay. When I go here, so this is my things. Sample you can understand. I'm just doing the Python run test, installing, and then installing dependencies. I have a data after installing, then I am doing a train my model. So this everything is you're going to write in the Python code only. Okay, training, testing, processing, all these things. In the left side, I have a data separately. Since we are on the monorepo, I have used this churn CSV. What this ML project is? It's churn model. What does mean by churn model means? I have my application. Let's say it's an uh, it's a Netflix. It's a Netflix. Okay, it's a Netflix application. So in this Netflix application, Netflix is running a churn model, or you're using Airtel, BSNL, all this, right? They are also use the churn model, ISPs. Churn means customers. We are the customers, right? Who wants to leave the subscription? I don't want the subscription because I'm finding it hard. I'm not able to pay. There are no benefits. There could be different issues. A customer should leave in a subscription, right? Before you are leaving, before you are leaving, Netflix is identifying you by using churn model, by using churn model. Okay, and then they will send offers to you. This is what happens at your credit card as well. Okay, so this is a churn where a application or a business will identify the customers, are they are really interested or not interested with their user pattern, with their user pattern. Okay, so this is how these things will work. So that is our project now. Okay, so I have some CSV data which is having some values here. These are all the features actually, so you will understand. So this is the data. This data we get from the historic data. So that's why data science engineer will go and do have a good understanding of the historic data, and there will be different source of data from the users API, previous applications, legacy applications, on-premises data centers, and other on-demand work feeds. You'll get the data from your ads. Also, we are running ads, right? From the Meta API, we get the users things, and then who are all coming to Netflix. It is going to be predict the things. Okay, I have SASE where my data is loaded with the processing data.py. So don't find this Python code as a hard. It's quite easy only. So everywhere I'll tell you the tactics if you're not able to deal with the Python. Okay. And models. So we need to train a model with the script. And this one is my application. Sometimes we do with the fast API, but here I'm using the Streamlight to see the things for my model how it is working. I'll just open a terminal here and let me open Docker desktop. You can do it over any of the server or the cloud. Simply we are generating Docker image and then we are deploying into the Kubernetes also it works. But uh, there are different methods and strategies that we can use the process in ML flow. If you're using Kubeflow, if you're using SageMaker, if you're using machine learning, Azure machine learning, different scenarios. Okay, we can use. Let me. My Docker desktop is open. Docker images. Let me type. Do I have any image? No, I'm not having any image. I have a Docker file where it is going to containerize, means it generate an image. Docker build -t churn dot. It's done. Docker images. I have my image. Docker run -d-p. So here Streamlight 8501 colon 8501 then churn. Docker ps. My content is running Streamlight, and let me go. Come here. Localhost 8501. With Streamlight, I done customer churn prediction. You can integrate how this model can be done in applications. Are you just showing some sample page? This is not a real world thing. Real world thing can be done with your integration with your ERP systems. Sorry, CRM systems, customer relationship managing tools. Okay. So with that tools, the data will get and it will notify. So there's a big integration will be happen, or you can do with your API integrations with your CRM systems or application. So here, a customer, let's say a customer, he is going with the 10 months of tenure and he is paying monthly 500 and total charges would be 600. Okay, a rough calculation. Contract type, he is having 1 year or month to month, every month is paying, or 1 year or 2 years he is paying. Let's say he's paying it 1 year. How he is paying? He's paying with the with we send a mail with a payment link gateway or electronic check. So they do with these uh, electronic payments and they do bank transfer or a credit cards. How he do bank transfer? So internet service. Let's say it's a telecom service company. So they have DSL or fiber optic or none of them fiber optic. Now I would like to churn this customer. Low risk customer. That means for business, the probability is 25%. That means I should not offer any of the things to the customer. The customer is happy with our service. Just give me a minute. Huh? Yeah. Now the customer is low risk, so we should not send any offers and to play some games with the customers. Okay, but now let's take it for 2 years, and let's say DSL payment transfer is credit card, and this guy is only for 3 months. Predict low risk. Okay, sorry. Refresh. Do it for 3 months, 2 years. Fiber credit card. Low risk only. Uh, let's do with the mail check. Let's do it for the 100. Okay, and 1 year. Low risk. What should I change? 10 months. Let's say 20 rupees. 100. 2 years contract, and is doing to the bank transfer. Okay, low risk. Uh, these values are, I have 50 like this, like this. Mail check. No. Now this guy is high risk, 54%. So less than 37%, uh, low risk means less than 50% and less than 37. So if the customer is in safe at our business, but above the 50% and all, if a churn happen and we have to take some things for customer to send some offers, doing a calls with the customer support. So this kind of things, application businesses are playing with the customers. This churn model in every company that who deals with the subscriptions, everywhere where your subscription is there, everywhere this churn is there. Okay, this is a basic model. So this is MLOps. To do this MLOps, like developing model, training, testing, evaluating, deploying, these things to be happen. This is only one sample I'm telling. Like this, we have many other models. Okay, are you all got this project? Means, are you all understand this project or not? So drift means we have a data which is all set. You trained, okay, and then there is a other data which is coming to your. You said here in this data ABC, and from incoming data will be ABCD. The new data is came. The customer prediction is expecting to be D should be a new value. Then your it was not happen, right? The data is not with the D. It's not trained on the D. It's only trained on ABC. But here we're expecting to be D. So this is the drift. So there are model drift, data drift to different things. Okay. If you see DeepSeek, it's up to 2024 trained. It's not up to 2025. But Grok is up to 2025. It's a model over the period. It's a model drift. So data drift, feature drift, flag drift. So there are some drift types and triggering methods we will discuss in our course and with automating the pipelines. For that we have you to need to use different tools for it. Okay. So this is about the ML ops. Uh, a sample one. Please explain YML file once more. Sure. So drift can be checked with your pipelines automatically. So humans, we are going manually checking. No, it's not like that. It has to be done automatically. For that, we are going to run some pipeline automations. Then it will detect it and it will give us. Then we have to discuss on it whether it is a right way to retrain it or not. Okay. So right way to retrain it or not. Sometimes it could be biased and unbiased model. So based on the feedback collections, we retrain the model. In the case of drift and CACD, one and what is this? In that case, drift and CACD one are the same. Okay, means you are talking about drift and CACD are the same or not? See, drift is when your model running in the production and it is not meeting the user's expectation. So that is a drift because it's not having a data. Simple, simple. You are this meeting is a ML model. This meeting is a ML model. Okay. I am the trained data and you are the customer. You are coming to this meeting and asking this meeting that teach me drift detection. But I know only ML training, but I don't know drift detection. I can't deliver to you, right? Now drift is happened. So since you are asked, I should update myself whether it is valid or not. So this is drift detection means. Yes, you can get recording over the YouTube. Now let's move to the AIOps project, and then I'll show some of the important things, uh, slides. If you are uh, like, it will avoid your confusion. Okay. For that, let me also open one of my project. So there are many things, okay, to tell you in this AI world. So all I can cover in the course at my level best, make you like me. Uh, by the way, I'm sorry that I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Rajinikanth Wadla, working as Senior AIOps and AI Agentic Integration Engineer. So you can find me over the LinkedIn also, holding a complete 6+ years of experience on cloud architecture and subject matter expert over this implementing integrations, solutions over AI and ML and cloud automations. Okay, this is my project now. I have manifest files, microservice, Slackbot here. Let me give you a heads up. What is this project now? So this is my cluster, Kubernetes cluster. So inside this Kubernetes cluster, I'm running a microservice. There are plenty microservices you can run, but I'm taking one example, one microservice, that is Fast API. Okay, and I have a Slack. I have a Slack with my channel here, and I need to get a user as well. So here I am with my Slack channel, and I'm also running one AI with bot. Okay, I'm running an AI with a bot. So here there are two different things. This is in two different namespaces. So what this bot will do, it will read complete cluster. Let me complete cluster, complete cluster, pods, resources, all the things, and it gets the logs and tells me over my Slack. I'm not configuring any alert. If you even though you configure alert, alert can also do the same. A sample to make you understand. Now this bot will update me over my Slack. Now when incident happen, it will create an alert and it come to me. But there is nothing happen. I'm working on the development area, but I would like to check, or somebody is complaint about developer is complaint about something that one fast API is not working. What's happening with the fast API? For that, I have to go to terminal. I have to run kubeconfig, kubectl, kubeget pods, kubeget logs, kubeget events, go to Grafana and uh, find the metrics, find the logs, and understand it. At least it is going to take time of 10 minutes. Very less time, I'm telling. It might take 20 minutes for you. Yes, for humans, it is going to take 20 to 25 minutes to do what I might have mentioned. But after you run all these commands, you go to Grafana, you see all these things, blah blah. What you understand? What is your root cause analysis you have done? Did you find the reason? No. If you find the reason also, what you need to do in the next? You don't know. You need some suggestion. What you will do for that? You'll copy all the logs, go to the chat GPT and paste, hey, tell me that what should I do? This is the error, right? But why to go to chat GPT, Baba? Here you can use this same chat GPT at my Slack. Simple, just one command. That's it. I no need to go and do all this drama. This is what we makes AI smart. Now this bot I have integrated with LLM GPT-4o. This GPT-4o, when my bot when my bot collect log information from this microservice, so this bot will run kubectl commands for this microservice. I'm not running. This bot will run kubectl commands, and then it will get data. So this logs, it will send it to my LLM. So this LLM in two types. I'm using open source LLM. So in organization, we should not use. We have to take enterprise. Okay, we have to create an API and then we have to do it. And we can use RAG pipelines for internal organization and internal data things. You can use LangChain for automating the things with your actions or agents with your LLM, LangChain. Okay, so these are some of add-on advancements over your AI. Now here, after you integrated a LLM, so this will analyze your logs. Your LLM will analyze your logs, and since it is having the capabilities of Gen AI, Gen AI means generative AI with the creativity, right? Then it will give you the log, RCA, what happened, what you should do next. The same output you are printing at ChatGPT manually, that will come to your Slack. Okay, so this is the project thing. A simple, very simple to make you understand in the first level of layer. Okay, are you all clear with the project problem statement? Good. So you need to send the monitoring data and your infrastructure data, all this, not only this cluster logs only. You can do vectorize, d- take all the data, bunch of data, and do vectorize and forward to your LLM, train the fine tune the LLM. And there is LLM lifecycle, we'll discuss that after this. Okay, I'll tell you. Okay, okay, fine. Let's implement the project so that some understanding you'll get. I have for that, what you need to do, you have to create a Slack account. So in the Slack account, you need to enable API, and you need to create some secrets, client ID and webhooks. So this is a big process again. Okay, we'll discuss in our real world projects at AIOps classes. Okay, in the course. So this is some process that we need to do with every applications, as SaaS applications. We need to create these secrets and API and allowing the webhooks to be communicate with our third-party integrations and all. So I have done already this. We can create a workspace in the Slack workspace. We can do that. Okay, basically. So for that, you can go slack.api.com. Okay, here you can go and do it. Okay, fine. Let me come here. If you see, I'm not using Kubernetes. Means I'm using Kubernetes, but I'm not using cloud Kubernetes as of now for because it's going to take a time. I want to complete this lab in very short time because we need to cover many things. So that's why I am using kind here. Once you install Docker Desktop in your system, you can install a kind where it is going to create a kind cluster for you. You can do your practice whatever. Otherwise, you can go to Killer Coda. Killer Coda is one of the best platform where you can perform Kubernetes interactive sessions. Here you have many other things where you can practice as well. Okay, go to Killer Coda, create it, is free for 1 hour and you can practice it. So here I have some information. So this information here you can see in the environment, I took Slack bot token, app token, webhook, channel, and I use some my LLM things. Okay, LLM APIs and all. So here in the Slack bot, I have the code and I have the Docker file. and I have microservice here. I have manifest files here. Okay. So let me go to the README and let me open terminal here as well and execute step by step. Just a minute. I don't know. I think I have to pull it from somewhere. Wait. Let me pull it. Let me run some commands to create the cluster. So where it is going to create a cluster of AIOps lab. It's a mini cube. Give me some time to load this. Meanwhile, I'll address your questions. You can find it over YouTube. Can we call AA bot as AA agent? No, AA agent is different. AA bot is different. Bot is only fetch the information and give you, but agent will do work for you. So make this recordings. Did we need a basic understanding of ML? Yes, you. All I need to come this part, you should familiar with some IT things. What is cloud? What is DevOps? What is operating system? Some basic information. I start a course from very scratch. You no need to worry. Yes, you can. Let's see this. Yeah, my cluster is ready now. I'll just go and run my Slack bot, and then I'll load into my cluster. You can find this repositories from my GitHub. Hit loaded. Let me apply manifest files. Now, if you run, uh, I'll just open a terminal since it is very small here. kubectl get nodes 1 and ns namespace. We have micro and AOps. kubectl get pods -n micro. Okay, two are running, and AOps, my Slack bot is running. All I need, one is running and one is having error, a wanted error. Okay. Now I need to fetch this information into my Slack. See, now to check also I have run this commands, right? But I don't want this. I should do it at directly into my Slack. So what I'll do, come to your Slack. I'm working for some development, and my developer told me that, hey, could you go and do and check what's happening with the microservice. So I come to my AOps channel. So I have a previous things, okay, uh, but we run a fresh thing now. Here, what I do, when you give slash, it is automatically giving you suggestions. This commands I have created from the Slack API slash RCA slash get logs. When you ask slash RCA space micro slash, that is a namespace. And what is the workload here? Pod, the pod name. Copy this pod name, come here, paste here, enter. It go analyze and it will come back. This, it came, you can see. What it is telling, root cause analysis of fast API, you can see 9PR5D. What is that? 9PR5D, her workload. Okay. It's told that root cause analysis from a provided logs. I didn't provide any logs, but it took the provided logs. So what it is saying that initial observations. The log shows execution pre-start script app pre-start sh was okay with the Python, and the application is bind to 0.0.0 with 6 workers, and all workers are start successfully. Key findings: pre-start script. Pre-starts includes sleep 10. So this is so some UVCon with the startup of Python. It's done, and the logs. It's told that potential issues: database migration failure due to typo, and no explicit configuration of DB readiness, no logs confirming migration ran, and root cause. Primary issue: the misspelled something word, a command in the pre-start sh could is going to give you potential issues, lack of DB readiness things, and the recommendations now. So fix the typo, replace, add DB health checks, log migration output, and verify the behavior. Conclusion: fix items. You can take this as your task story points, right? So we can also automate to create a ticket for it from here. It got a clear step now. You can see slash get logs. We done RCA, right? Now I'll do micro slash the same. It's going to give me logs. You can see it's going to give me logs, raw logs from this. You no need to go to terminal, type, get, understand. See, this is how we are automating the system in a smart way by using AI. So for this, we can do many advancements. It's just a sample, guys. Are you all clear and understand this project? Please confirm me. Are you all with me or not? By end of the session, half of the count gone. Okay. So please stay connected with Naresh IT, and we're going to announce the batch dates the next week, and you can start your learning journey. So as of now, what we have learned, what is MLOps, why it's needed, and why you have to learn. Basically, for your career growth, good package. It is a trending technology and method. So after this, there are advancements, but these things will never end the market. So the market is developing on this AI basement. Okay. So this is the time to transit. After 2 years, you will be into competition. But now you are not in a competition. You are in a supply and demand field. Okay. So and we have been discussed like MLOps project, understanding a churn project for a telecom or any subscription based thing, and then AIOps workflow, how AI should fit into IT ops process of IT ops and AIOps project with Slack and LLM. Okay, so these are things that we have discussed, like in a very layman language, I would say, like to make you a good understanding. If I'm missing anything, just feel free to add a comment over the YouTube, or you can add a comment here also in the chat. So I'll explain whatever the question you have. Now it's a question to answer time. You can ask any references, sites, please. So as of now, there is no. Everyone is misleading with the content. So to make the cash, some courses are just very less content. They're not actually going to be used in the productionized way. You just learn minimal knowledge, and with that, if you showcase that in the interviews, they'll not consider it. First case. Second case is, now market is need the people at least who have a very good strong understanding and able to implement it, at least at the first layer of thing, and then you will understand automatically, you can go for further developments. The market is expecting on AIOps. For MLOps, from last 1 year, it is too much boom. Okay, you get a very good package, at least 2 3 years experience showing you get more than 24 to 30 LPA in the MLOps. So we can see LLM logs in Slack. Yes, we also going to discuss LLM, Lang, RAG implementation with AI agent. All you are discussing something called so MCP and all, right? We are also going to see the MCP configurations. Mm, Thank you. Excellent session. Okay. Course syllabus. Stay connected with Naresh IT. You will get a course syllabus when we announce. As of now, I'm preparing a very strong course session where it takes more than 100 days. I'm planning for 120 days, combination of MLOps and AIOps. Prerequisites, you should have a basic knowledge over the IT and some cloud. And if you have a DevOps knowledge, it's benefit for you. If not, don't worry, because the first topics we are going to cover is cloud and DevOps only, and then we go with the other things. Okay. Sites, any reference sites? I don't think in info like informative sites are available outside as of my research. But I do some article references with the community developers chat. Okay. Can anyone join course without having much coding? Yes, because I'm going to cover Python basic coding. Basic coding skills is needed. You need to understand at least what this code going to do. Or at least you need to know when you ask ChatGPT some prompt, hey, can you write a piece of code for me to automate this? You should understand ChatGPT will give you a lot of things. It will also do mistakes. You need to identify that, right? You should have some basic knowledge on the Python. That's enough. So I'm going to teach you that basic on the course on the Python. Course duration, surely it is 120 days. Can anyone? Okay, so when will the course started? From the next week. You can find the video demo recording on the YouTube. Yes, for 120 days, too long means yes, but I can't complete in just 30 days of teaching all. In you will not get. So it should be something called a fast track. So fast track course kind of thing. People who have a very good knowledge on the ML and AI or DevOps in the cloud, they can get it in the 30 to 45 days. But it is for all, from the fresher point of view to the experience point of view. Okay, who are all eligible for this? Freshers. It can be any degree. Freshers, basic knowledge about the IT, don't worry. So it is all how you are understanding it, because now freshers also open many positions in the market. And data engineers, data science, however, be on the data science only. Don't come to the ops side. So data science engineers should be on the data science only. ML engineers can do this MLOps, AIOps, developers, testers, application engineers, network engineers, DevOps engineers, all people are eligible. As full stack and React and enough, yeah, you have some knowledge, yes, it is enough. Since you have a coding background, it's quite easy to understand. So the days and the timing things will be updated with our next session, or you stay connect with NareshIT, then they'll update you over the ad or any other notifications. So guys with DevOps familiarity will help this course 100%. So DevOps people is like 70% into this. Other people can be somewhat less. Data engineers also equal, 70, almost 70%. So you can easily able to pick up whatever the things you're going to discuss. You'll able, DevOps guys can easily pick up these things. And these operation things will not go from the market, guys. You need to always enhanced mode. You need to learn it. So there are good positions outside in the market. If you see, I'll try to pull out some. Try to pull out some dashboards, but unfortunately, I don't have a time yesterday to before I'm attending this demo. Yes, Rohit, it's perfect for you. You're already working on ML support engineer, then fine. You know already ML things what's happening, then you should. It's a added advantage to you. Adding ops, then single position you can do ML development also and ML ops as well. Spring Boot students can attend this session or not? Yes, you can. Any questions so far? So since it is a demo and many people will log in, you will be not having a unmute option at your own. So after you will be into the course, you can have a direct interaction with me. Okay. So thank you very much to everyone. I'm going to conclude the session. We'll meet in our next session with the new topics. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you very much for your time and patience and joining this demo.